And in this session, we are going to start combustion and some part of fuel. So what do you mean by combustion? As you are looking at the diagram, some flames are there, some light is there, but obviously if light and flame is there, so heat should be there. So combustion is a type of chemical reaction which take place with the release of heat and light energy. So when air or oxygen which help in burning is called supporter of combustion. So some supporters which is required for the combustions are air, oxygen, material and the ignition temperature. Means the temperature which is minimum temperature required to start the substance to catch fire. So it is a chemical process in which a substance react with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. You can say like that. The substance which undergo combustions are known as combustible substance. Not every substance catches fire. Okay, so the substance which is catches fire are called combustible substance, and the substance which doesn't catch fires are called uncombustible or incombustible substance, non-combustible substance, you can say. Or combustible substance may also called a fuel. Sometimes heat is accompanied by light either as a flame or as a glow during combustion. So during combustion, when the substance catches fire, it can be in the form of flame, it can be in the form of glow, as coal burn with the glow. Coal doesn't produce flame. In every case, heat is produced when there would be a combustion. So fuel may be any form, may be solid, liquid or gas. Means combustible substance can be in the form of liquid, it can be in the form of solid, or it can be in the form of liquid. A combustible reaction may be written as, for example, charcoal burns in air to give carbon dioxide. So charcoal is basically made up of carbon. So when carbon react with oxygen, when it start burning, it release carbon dioxide and large amount of heat. So when charcoal or coal burn, it produce maximum carbon dioxide, that is called pollution, and large amount of heat. So this heat we can use to boil water in the power station and produce steam to turn the turbine. So this is the case of one combustion process, or you can say it is exothermic reaction. Exothermic means heat is released during this reaction. Similarly, methane burns in air forming carbon dioxide, water and heat. CH4 is a methane. When it burns, it produces carbon dioxide, water and heat in the atmosphere. So all these are the examples of combustion. What are the conditions necessary for combustion? We know that there are three conditions necessary for producing and sustaining combustion. Means combustion is not possible unless and until there would not be a combustible substance. Supporter of combustion, that is oxygen, and attainment of ignition, you can say, or kindling temperature, that is called the minimum temperature, the starting temperature. So just look at the diagram. Combustion means there should be a fuel, oxygen should be there, and heat and exhaust, heat should be there. So all these things needed for the combustion: oxygen, heat, fuel, all the three things are needed for the combustion. Okay, this is a necessary condition. Without these three things, combustion is not possible. Now go with the next thing. So the thing which is called the substance. So substance can be fuel. So first of all, what do you mean by ideal fuel? There is probably no fuel that can be considered as an ideal. Ideal means which is perfect, which you can say this is the best fuel. So we should look for a fuel which fulfill most of the requirement of a particular use. Means as depend upon your requirement, fuel is considered to be a ideal. For example, for the cooking person, ideal should be your petroleum gas, LPG. For running vehicles, you can say ideal is CNG. For producing electricity, you can say ideal is coal. So depend upon the requirement of a particular use, the fuel is considered as a good or a not ideal. But there is some characteristics of a good fuels are it should be cheap and readily available. It should not be of high cost, and it is available in a large quantity, and it is available readily, easily. It should be easy to store, means you can store LPG more conveniently, more easy than if I'm saying just go and store that amount of coal and go and store that amount of wood. So the fuel which is ideal, we can say it should be easy to store. It should burn at low rate and its combustion should be controllable. Means it should be burned at slow rate. That is not if we are going to cook a food for half an hour and whole the cylinder will be exhausted. Then it should burn with a slow rate, and with that slow rate a high amount of heat should be produced. So it should be, that is called burn. It should be burned at slow rate and its combustion should be controllable. We can able to control its combustion. For example, we do not need a very high, we can say hydrogen gas is produce a high value of heat, but we do not want hydrogen in our cooking purpose. So the amount of heat we required for any particular things to do, that amount of fuel or that quality of fuel we needed. It should have low ignition temperature, means it can start burning with a very easy manner. So we can't say that cooking food on wood or coal is very easy, because the ignition temperature of wood and coal is not very low. It should produce very small amount of residue and ashes. So we can say LPG is very good because it doesn't produce any kind of ash or any kind of residue. But if we burn coal and wood or cow dung cakes, it produces large amount of residue. So it is not considered as a ideal fuel. It should have a large calorific value. Calorific value means the fuel which produce a good amount of heat. Means if you are going to burn 1 kg of wood, and in the similar manner you are going to burn 1 kg of LPG. LPG is considered in a kg. So if you are going to burn 1 kg of LPG, which will produce more heat, but obvious it would be a LPG. So the calorific value of LPG is more than the calorific value of wood. So calorific value is the amount of heat produced by a 1 kg of fuel when it get burned. It should not produce gases which pollute air. Yes, it should be environment friendly. It should not produce any hazards during transportation. Means transportation should be easy. Transportation should be convenient. It not produce any kind of hazards, any kind of mishappening in the transportation. Now the next one is your classification of fuels, how the fuels are classified. Just look at the diagram. Fuel is solid, liquid or gases. Solid fuels, the fuels which occur in a solid state at a room temperature. That is wood, your charcoal. Charcoal is a wood made up of wood. When wood is burned in the insufficient supply of oxygen, it turns into charcoal. In Hindi, it is called the kacha koila. That is called charcoal, wood charcoal. Coal and coke, it is all the solid fuels. Then come to the liquid fuels. The fuels which occur in a liquid state at room temperature are called liquid fuels. Example, liquefying hydrogen, petrol, oil, kerosene, diesel, all of these. Gaseous fuel, the fuel which occur gaseous state at the room temperature, like your CNG, LPG. LPG is liquefied petroleum gas, but when it comes out from the cylinder, it becomes gas. Water gas, producer gas, coal gas, these are all the gaseous fuel. So fuel can be considered in many ways. Now the types of fuels, again, this is the diagram. Solid fuel, you can say it is a wood. Liquid fuel is kerosene, which we use in the lamps. That is charcoal, LPG. This is your auto, that CNG is used, that is gas. But fuel can be considered as primary and secondary. Primary means whatever we are getting as it is from the nature, like wood, peat, natural gas, crude oil. But secondary fuels are those fuels which we get from the primary fuel. For example, we get petrol and LPG from crude oil. So petrol and LPG is the secondary and the crude oil is the primary. We get coke and charcoal from coal, that is peat. That is peat is a form of coal. So coal is a primary and the coke and charcoal is a secondary. Similarly, natural gas is a primary because we get as it is from the deep inside the ocean, that we did in chapter 4 or 5. But coal gas and water gas that we get from these natural gas is a secondary. So fuel can be considered as primary and secondary. And what is the calorific value? How we can define? See the chart. The amount of heat energy produced on completely burning 1 kilogram of fuel is called calorific value of fuel. The more is the calorific value of fuel, more efficient is the fuel. Just go with the chart. Calorific value of solid fuel. Cow dung is 6,000 to 8,000 kilojoule per kg. Wood is 17,000 to 22,000 kilojoule per kg. Now come to the liquid fuel. The maximum is petrol, 48,000 kilojoule per kg, and the diesel is 45,000 kilojoule per kg. Now if you go with the methane that is present in the LPG or in the natural gases, it is 50,000, more than petrol. Biogas is again just below the 50,000, but hydrogen is 1,50,000. So it is not considered an ideal because we can't use hydrogen in our cars, we can't use hydrogen in the cooking. This is a separate. This is another. We don't want that much amount of energy. That is 1,50,000 kilojoule. That we don't want. So out of all these, methane, that is your LPG, is considered as a ideal fuel because it is having a 50,000 kilojoule, or CNG is also 50,000 kilojoule per kg. Both having a same calorific value. So now classification that we done, fuel that we done, types of fuel we done. So this is the end of your combustions and what are the types of fuel. Just go with the chapter and read out the chapter properly. And thank you everyone. We are going to end this session over here. Thank you and have a nice day.